Hello, everyone. My guest today is Pete Lamson. He's got 25 years of experience in leadership roles with high-growth companies, spending majority of his career with technology solutions designed for the global small business community. He's now with JazzHR, but prior to joining, he was Senior Vice President of Global Sales at Carbonite, where he was responsible for all revenue and led the company's expansion into the SMB market, which grew to exceed 100,000 paid small business customers. Pete was a member of the Carbonite IPO leadership team. Pete, are you ready to take us to the top?
Let's hope.
All right. Well, let's have some fun. So first off, those that are not familiar with JazzHR, give us the quick overview. What do you guys do and how do you make money?
Sure. We provide a very simple to use, powerful and affordable recruiting tool for small businesses, which we define as SMBs with between 50 and 500 employees, that replaces the typical recruiting solutions of spreadsheets, Word documents, and inbound email management.
Mm-hmm. Now, last time we had you on the show, which would have been back in, I guess, let's see, September of 2017, you shared a bunch of data points with us. You now have back then you had over 3,000 paying customers. They were paying, somewhere on the order of $200 per month. So people can back into revenue, right? Somewhere around $7.2 million run rate at that point. Your team size, you were about 60 employees and $20 million in funding, and your churn was impeccable for an SMB company at less than 1% in terms of gross logo churn monthly. Walk me through any of those numbers drastically different today, 6-7 months later, and what are you focused on today?
So we're focused on the same thing we were then, which at least I hope we are. Quick update on our numbers. We have about north of 3,500 paying customers, 4,000 customers total now using the platform. A number of our marketing partners and channel partners, we can come back to that, have access to our solution for free. So about 4,000 total businesses using JazzHR. We were able to successfully complete an additional funding round in October of 2017. So we raised $6.6 million at that point. Our retention rates continue to be strong.
Just to be clear, so you now have 26 total, 26.6?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay, go ahead. Back on retention.
And our retention numbers continue to be strong. I mean, we are the ARPU numbers you rattled off have stayed the same. And while we value every single business, we ultimately value them when they stay with us for a long time. And so we work very hard to ensure that happens. This is a lifetime value game. No business, and we're part of it, but I would think this too. You don't make money by selling somebody for 1 year. You can sell anybody anything once, but you don't have a business until they renew. And so deriving that lifetime value is critical for SaaS businesses, and something we pay a lot of attention here to.
And what do you assume today? Like, if a new customer joins today, you've got a pretty good indicator they're worth at least X amount to you over their life.
That's right. So our lifetime value right now is just under $10,000.
Got it. And that's even probably conservative when you consider that your churn is under 1% monthly in terms of logo churn. That means the average customer would stay with you for about 100 months. Now that might be stretching it a little bit by extrapolating, but 100 months at a $200 ARPU is over 20 grand. So you're conservative there at 10 grand.
Well, our lifetime value metrics continue to move up and to the right. So at any point in time, the number's a little bit dated, we continue to get better at that. And on top of that, we are focused on not only retaining those customers, but expanding the value they participate in at JazzHR through add-on sales and upsells and so forth. So that helps with our LTV metrics as well. Now,
let me dive into the expansion real quick. So a $200 a month customer after year one, I mean, what do you on average upgrade those folks to? Is it up to $300 a month, 400? Do you double them? Where do you get them to?
So no, we don't double them. So we have first and foremost, we don't really look at it that way. Okay. We have to start with what's best for our customers, and to jam them into things that they don't need, that is a losing strategy. And so number one is we want our customers to be on the right solution for their business. So what of our products do they need to accomplish their goals? And in some cases, that means a downgrade, right? That means they're going to move to a lower price product, and that's okay, because that's how they're going to stick with us for the long haul. We offer 3 plans. We have sort of a good, better, best. We start at $39 a month. Our mid plan is $200. Our high end is $309 per month. We offer any of those products can be purchased sort of, or the functionality in those products can be purchased a la carte for a certain amount per month. And we have additional add-on sales as well through job posts and so forth. So it really starts with what's best for the customer. And our perspective is that if we do what's right by our customers, they will stay with us. And when they stay with us, everybody wins. Most of all, the customer, but we do as well. So that's the focus, not just cranking revenue per customer, because that's a losing strategy.
Well, right now, again, in a natural environment where you're not cranking people, I'm just talking about in a natural environment where usage is growing, onboarding is effective, they're getting value. I mean, what do you typically see expansion grow to in the first year?
On average, about 10% per year.
Okay, that's pretty healthy. So $200 a month first year, $220 next year, you go upwards from there. One of the remarkable things, well, one of the red flags I would say when I interviewed you last time that I was trying to understand is, having you articulated a $2,400 CAC in the SMB space, and typically ARPU's 200, I would say maybe is high end for the SMB space relative to some others that are like $20-$30 a month in different industries. But how that money in terms of acquiring these SMB customers, where are you spending that $2,400 CAC typically?
So, well, first,
and that's fully weighted.
Let me challenge one of the statements. Within our target customer, $200 a month is actually not high. In fact, our ROI calculators suggest a really high return based on the amount of time they save and the efficiencies our product adds, even at our higher end. So if you're a 300-400 person business, which is still a small business, to spend $200 or $300 per month to greatly improve your recruiting solution is a solid investment. In terms of where we're spending our dollars, it is a combination of sales and marketing personnel, as you might imagine. Secondly,
what's
media.
Team size, Pete, today? What are you up to now?
Our marketing team is about 6 people, I think.
Okay.
Maybe 5. Our sales team is about 15.
And total, you're what, 60 still or up near 70?
Still. Yeah, we're about 60.
Okay, 60. Right, great.
And so our spend is on our personnel, of course. Secondly, it is in media, mostly digital, to drive inbound demand generation. And then third, it is in empowering our channel partners to drive market awareness for JazzHR through them.
Mm-hmm. So I want to break down the second ones there that you said, which are the channel partners and the paid media spend. Give me a sense on average per month. What are you spending these days on paid stuff directly?
So off the top of my head, I can't tell you exactly, but I would say it would be about $100,000 a month.
Okay, got it. And are you
somewhat directionally? Are
you finding Google is more effective than Facebook, or some other paid channels more effective than both of those?
So we certainly, measure this 8 ways from Sunday. Anytime, especially with a small business, you are tapping into existing demand versus creating demand, it's going to be more effective because you're tapping into that mid funnel versus top of funnel. So certainly SEM, Google being chief among them, is a good return for us. But we do a lot of, for example, webinar promotion, a lot of e-paper, or ebook promotion across a wide variety of channels to drive that top of funnel as well. So, but yeah, certainly tapping into SEM is amongst our most effective channels.
And what do those channel relationships look like? So if I sign up as one of your channel partners and I bring you a bunch of customers, how are you incentivizing me typically?
So we have 2 types of channel partners. First, we have over 200 small, I don't want to say small, but call it regional or local providers who sell into HR departments already. So an example would be a local area benefits broker, HR recruiters, HR consultants, and they typically have local customers. They now can offer JazzHR to their customers. And like I said, we've got over 200 channel partners today that are selling JazzHR.
And are you paying like 50% back to them, 30% of ARPU? What is it?
It's a sliding scale depending on their own volumes, and it ranges between 20 and 30% depending on how much business they are driving.
Okay, got it. That makes sense.
And then our larger partners, we have some. If we have a lot of the smaller guys, but then we have a smaller number of much larger partners that have thousands, or in some cases tens of thousands of businesses who they're now offering JazzHR to their customers as well. on a similar revenue share or resale model.
Got it. That, I mean, and it sounds like if you let them use it for free, then they sell their partners, and you have about 500 of those.
Yep. North of 200.
North of 200. Okay, good.
That's right.
And then just to round out some of the revenue data we talked about last time. So you had articulated in 2016, you did about 7.2 million. Today, if you're up to 3,500 customers at $200 a pop, I mean, you're on a ARR run rate of about 8.4 million. Do you think you break the 10 million mark this year?
Yes. Do
You will. Okay, good. Do you mind sharing what 2017 rounded out at?
We ended at just under 8 million.
Okay, that's pretty healthy. So that's up from 7.4. That's pretty healthy.
Yeah. Yep.
So 7.9 million. And just to be clear, that's not December of 2017 run rate. That's total revenue in 2017.
No, that's December of 2017 run rate.
Okay, perfect. December 17 run rate. Great.
Right. This is how we tend to look at it.
Yep, that's good. Okay, good. And so just to be clear, you think by the end of this year, 2018, you'll be doing north of 880 grand or 830 grand per month, which would put you at that 10 million ARR run rate.
Yeah. We're just south of 9 million. We're just south of 9 million right now.
That's okay. That's incredible, right? So that means in under 3 months, you've gone from 7.9 million run rate to what, 8.9? You've added $1 million in ARR basically.
Yeah. This will be the best new business quarter we've ever had.
And now, would you credit that because you've done a really good job and your team's done a good job at effectively leveraging the new capital into the company?
Yes, although I don't think we're doing necessarily a better job than we were before we raised the capital. We're just doing more of it.
Okay.
Coupled with our indirect strategy, which we were just talking about a minute or so ago, which is the channel partners and then our larger, we call them alliance partners. That's now we're driving 30% of new business, up from 0 just over a year ago.
Interesting. I mean, you look at companies like HubSpot that rely heavily on kind of the value-added reseller model. You're tapping into that now as well. Walk me through where you're seeing, I mean, everything seems to be going great. Where are you seeing headwinds?
Our biggest challenge is education, is categorical education, is helping SMBs understand that there is a better and highly affordable solution out there than the Word document and spreadsheet hell they're stuck in now. And whether you choose us or one of our competitors, there are very good affordable solutions out there that can make life for the HR manager and the hiring manager, if they're not the same person, a lot better. And our biggest challenge is whenever you're talking about education, you're typically talking about time. And time is never anyone's friend, right? You want to move as fast as you can. Having said that, we have to invest in educating the market, which is why we do so many webinars, which is why we do so many ebooks and so forth, and why we offer the trials we offer. And we spend a lot of time with our prospective customers to help them understand the value of our product. So that's, I think, our biggest challenge. But work in our favor. The economic trends have been favorable. Certainly, unemployment being as low as it is has been a nice tailwind. So, we take the good with the bad.
Last question here before we wrap up. I mean, again, the most remarkable thing I see about your company is how you've kept churn so low in a business model, in a business that many people would argue is seasonal, which is recruiting. I mean, how and why do people stick with you once they stop recruiting?
What we do is first, if you are let's say you're a 70-person company, hypothetically, right? And that means your natural churn of employee, your natural turnover for most businesses about 10%. So if you're 70 people, that means you're losing about 7 employees per year. If you're losing 7 employees per year, that's a little more than 1 every other month. You're kind of always recruiting, even if you're not growing. So just through normal employee attrition, you still need a recruiting solution. If you're bigger than that, we're looking for even more people. So what we do is we offer an incentive for people to come to us on an annual contract versus going month to month, although we do offer month to month as well. So if you want to get a little more favorable pricing, you commit to a 1 or a 2 or a 3-year contract and you stick with us. Having said that, you need to stick with us because if you're losing 7 employees a month, or between the people you're losing and the new employees you're hiring, or the 7 people a year, or between the people you're losing and the new hires you're making, maybe you're recruiting 10, 12, or 50 a month. You always need a recruiting solution in place. And that's where we come in.
What percent, Peter, your new sales coming in today are annual contracts or higher?
80%.
We got 80% or at least, how many are 2 years on percentage basis?
I'm sorry, 80% are total, like 1, 2, or 3 years.
Okay.
Of those that are on a contract, annual or more, about 92% are 1 year.
Okay, got it. I was about to say that very rarely do I meet folks that have got such a sales engine they're able to get those 2 and 3 years. But even at 80% doing a year, I mean, that's fantastic. Right. All right, let's wrap up, Pete, with the famous 5. Quick answers here. Number 1, what is the last business book that you read?
Last business book I read was the. Hang on.
He's got it. He's bringing it up.
Right here. The Science of Growth by Sean Emirati.
Is it good?
Very good.
Okay, good. Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
Steve Pogorzelski.
And what CEO of which company?
PeopleFluent.
PeopleFluent. Very good. Number 3, is there a tool that you use a bunch to grow your business?
Right now we're using Grow a lot.
Grow. Rob over there and those guys are killing it. And you guys they're in the database at getlatka.com if you want to look up that data. Number 4, Pete, how many hours of sleep are you getting every night?
7.
That's good. And what's your situation? Married, single, got kiddos?
Married, 3 kids.
Good. So still married, still 3 kids. Those are both good signs.
That's business is second to those 4 people.
And how old are you, Pete?
I am 54.
Last question. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
It's going to be okay. Keep pushing.
It's going to be okay. There you guys have it. He came on about 8-9 months ago with JazzHR. At that point, they were doing about 7.4 million. And in terms of an annual run rate, they've since raised an additional 6 in capital, bringing the total capital infused to the company over its life since 2009 to about $26 million. They've effectively used that capital to do more of what they were already doing, adding over $1 million in new ARR in about 4 or 5 months, which is really just incredible. They're up to 3,500 paying customers, a couple hundred resellers now on top of that as well. Again, growing at a healthy clip year over year, healthy economics, less than 1% logo churn, gross logo churn per month, lifetime value breaking 10,000 as they look to help companies, again, recruit more efficiently, more effectively, and make those folks last longer. Pete, thank you so much for taking us to the top.
Thank you.